Hey everybody, welcome back to JT Channel, and yes, I am still alive. Thank you for asking. Welcome to a little bit of a channel update. Might be more than just a little bit of a channel update. I know I've been gone. I suddenly disappeared after the SummerSlam picks and predictions and finishing Amnesia Machine for Pigs. And it's like, where's MAW? MAW's 2 weeks behind. Where's Drop and Shred? I missed Drop and Shred on Friday. I didn't. I'll talk in a minute. Like, where have I been? What's been going on? So, first things first, I'm exhausted. I have been going pretty much nonstop since, like, Saturday, I think. I'm back. Saturday I worked for a bunch of hours in, like, the middle of the afternoon, so I wasn't home until the evening. I didn't even start SummerSlam Night 1 until, within the last few minutes of the Jelly Roll match. It's wrong to call it the Jelly Roll match, but that's, you know, WWE wanted the big star. But that tag match with Randy and Jelly against Drew and Logan, you can see my cat falling around in the background. If you're watching this video, get used to this. This cat is nuts and likes to play right behind my head and attack my luxuriously long hair. And then Sunday I got home like 2 minutes after the pyro went off for the start of the show or something. So I did get to watch it, but then yesterday I worked for 14 hours and was gone for 16 hours total. So I did not have time to do a review. And then this morning, me and my wife have been super busy, and it's Tuesday now, right? It's like the reactions to SummerSlam have faded out. Everyone's got their opinions out there. So it sucks, and I am sorry to those of you who actually watch my wrestling reviews. There are quite a few of you, and I appreciate it. It's just, it's too late now, and I would have to do I would have to do a full 2-night review, every single match. What was it, 12 matches? And before I start talking about SummerSlam, we will talk about it just a little bit. It doesn't change either. I'm still very busy. We have things to do tomorrow. We had an important appointment today that we had to do a bunch of stuff beforehand. We have an important appointment tomorrow afternoon. I have an interview Thursday afternoon, and then I don't know how that interview is going to go, obviously, but my current job, I go back to work on Friday, and I have 2 jobs on Friday, and then I work Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I don't think there's going to be any jobs as big as this last weekend. Sunday and Monday were the same job. It's just Sunday we did packing, and then Monday we did moving. She was moving like 2 hours, and she had a lot of stuff. We needed 3 trucks. Just to give you an idea of what I did yesterday, we had 2 26-foot box trucks and a 16-foot box truck, and we had to pack them completely full. But anyway, not that you care. That's how busy I've been. Friday, I did record Drop and Shred. I did. I actually just deleted it before I made this video because, again, it's just been too long at this point. It wasn't really that exciting anyway. There's a new Chapel Roan song, some new Millennium. There was some new, like, you know, metalcore and stuff. Echo's new track was my favorite, Die For Me. It ended on a deathcore song. So, but again, it's just everything's getting away from me because I'm really busy right now, which is good. This is good news. I guess I can go ahead and move on to my quick SummerSlam review in case you are curious. I loved it. I loved both nights. I'm a little surprised that people didn't like night 2 as much as I assumed everyone would. Everyone's all about violence nowadays, but people are like, oh, well, it's, you know, too much of the same thing. And I do agree. When you watch a TLC match, second match on the card, and then you get more table spots in another match, and more table spots in another match, excuse me, it does tend to be like, okay, that's a lot of tables. But wrestling fans love tables. My favorite match of the entire weekend was Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. Just thought it was really good. It was the vitriol, anger, I genuinely hate you feud. So they really beat the hell out of each other. Every match, this is such a weird statement, but the only match that I felt like could have been better was Solo and Jacob. And I already know people are going to be like, what do you mean? I just feel like it wasn't as long as it could have been. And I don't like the fact that they saved the moonsault till after the match. I don't mind that Jacob lost. I got a lot of predictions wrong. Again, I don't have time to do a review. That's fine. I love Solo Sikoa. I actually like how the match ended. I did. But to have the MFTs and then Jimmy Uso and then the moonsault off, I thought it'd been better if he did it during the match and then maybe the MFT screwed him. But we'll talk about that another time. I have to stop my other cat from attacking the other cat. Too many cats. I do not... Before anybody else says anything, I do not think Jade and Tiffany was a bad match. I know they got like 7-8 minutes. It was really short. People are like, oh, that's it. WWE's giving up on Jade Cargill. No, they haven't. They just haven't given up on Tiffany Stratton yet. And I think this just makes her aura that much bigger. And I'm excited to see where she goes next. So, overall, it was a really good show. My thoughts on the ends of both nights. That's the important things everyone wants to talk about. The end of night one, absolutely fucking loved it. I made a really inhuman noise when my wife wasn't in the room, thank goodness. When Seth Rollins' music hit, and then he came out on the crutches, and I'll be honest with you, I bought it. I thought he was legitimately injured, and they were doing the thing where he was, when sometimes a superstar is injured, they still show up to show themselves. And I had seen that video on social media of Seth, walking with Rue, him and Becky's daughter, on the crutches. So I believed it. I'm like, okay, it's just a reminder. As soon as he stopped at the top of the entrance ramp, I knew what was happening. I loved it. Yes, I'm a huge CM Punk fan, but I've told you guys before, my 3 favorite wrestlers in WWE: Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. Not necessarily in that order, but as long as those 3, one of those 3, or 2 of those 3, or all of those 3, I know I'm babbling on here, are involved, I'm happy. That's why that night one main event was just the best thing ever to me. So I'm happy with it. I'm curious to see where they go next. When I was going to review the show fully, I was going to be like, they have to have a match at Clash in Paris. They're probably going to do the 6-man tag, right? With all the interferences with Roman and LA Knight and the Braun and Braun son. So I'm excited about that. The night 2 finale, I don't know what to say. I had the reaction on the night, obviously happy Cody is champion. Love that match. I was laughing and smiling the entire time. That was such a fun plunder brawl. Great spots, great moves. Having Cody and John kick out of 692 finishers was fantastic. But Cody wins. Yes, happy with that. Passing the torch. Yes, happy with that. Brock Lesnar's back. Thumb in the middle. I gave everything else a thumbs up. Thumbs in the middle. Because I was ignorant. Not super ignorant. I knew Brock Lesnar had been mentioned in the lawsuit. You can't not talk about it. But I thought, he wasn't directly involved, or maybe they had kind of pushed him to the side because I don't know what he did. I didn't get through reading the entire lawsuit. I just, said what I needed to say about everybody involved. But I watched my wrestling news, What Culture Wrestling, shout out. And they're the ones who informed me that Brock Lesnar was named 44 times in the lawsuit. He has not been... Nothing's happened. It's still ongoing. So Brock hasn't been relieved or released of anything. And Janelle Grant's legal team put out a statement this morning saying that this was gross and that when it goes to criminal court, everything's going to come crashing down. Hulk Hogan may be dead, but it's still going to come crashing down, and it will hurt inside. So I don't know what to say with that. Rumor mill, I know I'm saying and a lot. I do that. If you're not used to that now. The rumor mill is that John Cena asked for Brock Lesnar at some point during his retirement tour. Let me put it like this. If I was in a position, CEO, TKO, whatever, if I was whoever John Cena talked to about that, and Brock Lesnar was still involved, apparently he still is in the lawsuit, I'd have said no. I don't care how big John Cena is. I don't care how much money he makes you. I don't care that he brings in fans from 6 generations or whatever it is. I would have said no. This is my personal opinion. Again, I don't know what Brock Lesnar did. I don't know what Brock Lesnar didn't do. But if him and John Cena's match is set for some big show, not Paul White, and then the criminal case goes through and Brock Lesnar suddenly gets in legitimate legal trouble, that's not on me. I think it may have been a mistake, but I'm not going to forget it, right? No one's ever going to forget it. I'm going to stick to the fact that on the night, I was hype. I was so hype. I was losing my absolute mind. I'm excited to see what happens next. If I were them, I would make that match at Clash in Paris and have it one and done. Get Brock out of there and move on. That way, we can all stop talking about it. So, there's my SummerSlam review. I wish I could review every match. As far as everything else on the channel, like I said, Drop and Shred, just had to wait. There's been a few bands, artists that have said they're going to drop new tracks on the 30th, this coming Friday, so we can, or no, wait, that was last Friday. Why am I stupid? There's going to be new music this Friday. I think the band Not Enough Space, who I've reacted to before, is going to release new music on Friday. I think it might be their new album, actually, is getting released on Friday. We haven't done an album review yet on the channel. I've mentioned a few times that 3 Days Grace's album on August 22nd, maybe that'll be the first time I do a full album review. But Not Enough Space new album comes out, and there'll be more music on Friday. So, oh, cats! And then as far as what I'm going to play next on the channel, right now that is up in the air. I finished, like I said, Machine for Pigs, which, you know, thank you everybody for checking those out. Those Amnesia games were so much fun. I said I would like to get to the other Amnesia games, but, you know, I got to be able to afford them, buy them, you know, whatever. You're sitting there going, like, did you just say you worked for like 16 hours? 14. But also bills and gas and all this driving and groceries. So, anyway, you guys don't care about that. I'm just saying, if I can get to the other Amnesia games, I will. Otherwise, I am just kind of on hold for video games right now, just because I'm not sure what to play next when all I have is a PlayStation 4. There are some cool free download games, but most of them are Battle Royale or those like open-ended games where you can just play and play and play and play. And that's what No Man's Sky was, and I do feel like that kind of petered out for you guys. Like, I got to the end of the story, I didn't end the universe, and decided I was just going to keep playing, and I was like, yeah, this isn't really, I haven't touched it in forever. I've been playing Star Wars Battlefront 2. I played that on the channel for a little while. I think there might be 4 videos on it. But it wasn't doing well, so I stopped playing it. I'm now way too far in the story to suddenly bring it on the channel. There's always the FNAF games. I never finished those. There's a couple others I have. If you have any suggestions, let me know down in the comments. We have a Call of Duty game. Damn, which one is it? I don't remember. We have a Call of Duty. I think it's Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, I think so.
Not that that's, you know. I know there's a new Call of Duty game that's free to download, but guess what? It's like a Battle Royale game. And I just don't think that's what I want on this channel. Like, I might play those games someday. Like, I've even only considered, shut up, downloading Fortnite just to try it. I've never really played a Battle Royale game. I used to watch people play PUBG. My God, is that even still around? But nowadays, an H1Z1, but I've never played one. So, you guys have to let me know. Would you want to see a Battle Royale game on the channel? I'm willing to try it, but I like story-based games. I like playing through the story modes, the campaign modes, and stuff like that. Speaking of video games, story modes, stuff like that, MAW. So, again, I just got really busy and couldn't get back into it. I have all these plans. If you watched the last episode, you know, I got the rivalry between Randy and JT going. I have introduced a new belt. I have made a whole new belt and a tournament for that belt. It's a new women's belt so that the sides are evened out. I think it's 4 each. Tag, world, middleweight TV title, whatever you want to call it. And now this 4th championship. So that's coming up. I'm going to make all those announcements soon. We've got the big event, I think at the end of the month, the 23rd and the 24th, I think is when I made Monsters and Mistresses Ball. So I'm going to start scheduling that up. I'm going to be introducing a new wrestler soon as well. So I'm sorry if you do watch MAW regularly that I'm 2 weeks behind. I'm probably going to do like a big episode sometime this week or this weekend. I see it. I don't know exactly if it's going to be like Sunday or just whenever I have time. It's just going to be like a 6-match episode of MAW. I'm going to put some heavy story beats in there, make some announcements, try to get MAW back going and try to get back on it weekly. So I was hoping, there was a brief point when I saw how much work I had coming up for these couple of days that I thought I might be able to get 2K25, which would open up the door for there's a bunch of stipulation matches on that game that would be cool to use at the upcoming events. But I wasn't able to do it. So that's just that. 2K23 all the way. So MAW will come back. Like I said, expect a big episode. 6 matches, probably over an hour long. I'll get some good story beats in there, stuff like that. I guess that's it. I will say one other thing. I do have a couple of video ideas I want to put out there. There's things I've wanted to talk about. I mentioned a bunch of times I wanted to make a video about, is there too much wrestling these days? And just kind of talk about that. I was going to tell you guys, I was going to count down my favorite wrestlers right now and maybe talk about, my favorite thing of the year so far. But it's like month 8, not month 6. We're not just halfway through anymore. And there's other ideas I want to do. I want to talk about other stuff. I love pro wrestling, but I also really love horror movies and games and stuff like that. Obviously, I play a lot of horror on the channel. You guys let me know, if you're still watching here. Again, I want input. How would you guys feel if I started doing more horror-related content, like movies and stuff, like talking about horror movies? I've thought about it a lot. I've been watching and listening to more horror podcasts and reactions and stuff like that. I mentioned the Dead Meat podcast in a short I did recently. Seriously, first of all, check that podcast out. But secondly, check out Dead Meat in general. That's my horror hub. But anyhow, basically, I would like to do kind of the same idea, not like Dead Meat, but as far as a podcast where I just get on here and talk about a horror movie, couple times a month, not even every week, maybe just once every other week or something, or even once a month to start, just to get you guys used to it, or we just kind of discuss a horror movie that I liked or that I didn't like or that I just saw, things like that. So again, I don't want I said it in my "Is This a Wrestling Channel Now" video. I don't want to do just wrestling content, and while video game content is kind of on hold until I figure out what I want to do, I want to do other stuff. So maybe we'll do something like that. I've always wanted to do more media-inspired stuff. I am a cinephile. If you don't know what that means, please, for the love of God, look it up. Or you're going to start trying to call the cops on me just because I said file at the end of it. A cinephile is just someone who loves movies. Who really loves movies. I fucking love cinema. And, hold on. Okay, sorry, I had to get a drink. I love going to movie theaters. They're literally my favorite place to go is a movie theater. So I'd love to do more stuff like that, like trailer reactions or trailer breakdowns. All the really big, exciting trailers have pretty much already come out. But I'd love to talk about it more. So again, you guys let me know. I might start incorporating some horror content and maybe some other movie content if I think about it. But I'll go ahead and leave it there. Thank you everybody so much for watching and being so patient with me. Again, I've just been super busy, and I'm not going to stop being super busy. Hang on. You were not supposed to be over there, child, and I don't have time to pause the video. Like I said, I'm still going to be busy. There is time before, after, around all these appointments coming up, but it has to work out a certain way. Like my interview on Thursday is at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's almost an hour away. So don't really have a lot of time in the morning to do too much because I want to make sure I'm ready for an interview. Afterwards is more, I suppose, but we'll see what I can do. Like I said, leave some comments down below. Do you know about some PS4 games you think I might like? The horror content, like I said. And if you're still watching, if you watched SummerSlam, what did you think about, all of it? But I guess I will leave it there. That's the channel update for now. whatever comes out next is what comes out next. I hate to say it like that, but it's true. Whatever I put out, is just, wait and see. But until then, this is JT Channel. I am JT. I will see you in the next one.
Sorry.